And welcome everybody to the Aurora Esports week 5, I believe? Maybe week 6, I don't know. Some week's match between the Belfast Bunger Brigade and the Guangdong Magic Tigers. I'm Aurora, your producer, as well as your caster, and alongside me is Neptune. Neptune, how you doing today?
Doing great today. A little bit of a sore throat, but we'll get through this just fine. Hopefully after this, we get to catch the second game as well. And who knows? But depending on how we feel, maybe this is gonna be a Aurora sideshow show. Just sitting down with the boys, watch partying it. But let's focus on the one at hand.
Yeah, it should be quite epic. The first map is going to be Nepal, as we have played and as most people know. So, I don't know, thinking about these two teams compositionally, I feel like both prefer to maybe opt towards that dive look a little bit more than most teams. So, how do you think they're going to
Mhm.
match up against each other?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, as we're seeing Yak on the DPS slot here, right? I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they're sticking the nuttier on tank. So I think there's gonna be a few swaps around for the bungers at least.
Troll, shaking my head. But yeah,
Troll.
no, it should excited for this match. It really depends on how which team kind of like prefers their style and how they're stylistically gonna match up.
Agreed. Agreed wholeheartedly. And both teams also have the Ringers on their side, I believe. So it's
Arrgh.
Frittles for the Guangdong Magic Tigers, and I think Muffin Lumps for the Bunger Brigade.
Mhm.
I don't know. Usually I'm able to like get a clear favorite because of like who has ringers and who doesn't have ringers, but in this case I think it's like kind of equal.
Yeah, but I mean, going on the Magic Tiger has always like had ringers for all their matches, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Magic
Uh,
Tigers are the now known as the Guangdong Magic Ringers. They always have ringers for everything. Even their
mhm.
scrims they have ringers for. So,
Grr, ringers.
yeah, you know our absolute distaste for the ringer role. But should be getting into game here fairly soon.
Mhm. Oh, someone just left on the team.
Grr, levers.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like how or if both teams just like opt into the Winston mirror. Like, I don't think it's bad at all on any maps, but it's just like, are we gonna be seeing that? Are we gonna be like one team dive, team brawl? I'm really interested to see how that is.
Yeah, I think that's more the question for the Guangdong Magic Tigers, in my opinion. I feel like the side of the Bunger Brigade is gonna be going more of a Doomfist, unless they actually have Nuttier in on the tank, which he might be. I don't know. Have we seen? I don't think. Oh
Oh,
no, they're switching around. They're switching around. Okay,
yeah,
like this makes so much more sense. You got the Melon Foos DPS duo, and then you got the Yak probably going over onto the Doomfist on tank. So I
yeah,
think it's more of how Guangdong wants to approach this. What is probably going to be a
100%.
dive look.
Yeah, for sure. Probably a dive look from the Bunger Brigade, and then on the side of the Mad Tigers. I think unless there's something Elko on that tank, like I'm not really expecting the dive, but you never know. Like, they're such a versatile team. Like, you could see them on dive still, even if they don't have like that Elko on that DPS or on that Doomfist role as well.
For sure.
And going in, we're playing on the Sanctum or no Sanctuary, um, and we're probably gonna see the Doomfist for sure from the Bunger Brigade. I think this map is like a lock for that like composition on here. It's like really solid with the map and all sorts of things like that. Yep, as you see, we got the Doom Surge carry kind of like traditional kind of like dive comp, and from the side of the Tigers, we're seeing like more of this like Ramatra brawl, and I'm like really interested in how Elko does against that comp into Genji because it's probably not going to be really easy for him with considering he has the BAP and the Ram like on his teams to not really support him, right? The only way they can support Elko is by going in really deep and hard for him and brawl with him.
I mean, Elko definitely has to play a lot safer this composition. Both teams opting for the TP out and then swap over Foost onto the characteristic Tracer, and Zinth coming over onto the Sojourn. But as fight breaks out towards midpoint, looks like it's 7, aka Yak, fighting for this early point presence. Guangdong keeping it more of a brawl, but 7 doing his darndest to disrupt that in any possible way. Guangdong's doing a great job of just holding down this space, not taking too much damage. Red Cactus dropping extremely low, but he actually managed to get the trade out onto 7. But a pick both ways as Foos does manage to find one in the back line. And Elko gets another.
Well done from the Tigers, but I feel like they need to be a little bit more stacked because I feel like in the later, Yak is really going to start punishing these targets that are split on the side of the Tigers. As we're coming up, we're seeing Foos has this pulse bomb. Really going to look to go hard with it alongside his team to force out Immor and possibly even get a kill. Oh, amazing kill onto Foos to reset the entire side of the Bunger Brigade.
Yeah, Foos going down, absolutely massive, and Elko's there to follow up as well. Yeah, it's gonna manage to get one for his trouble, but I don't even know if Nutio's gonna be able to get out of this situation. No, chased down by Sonic, Chronic, and Elko there. Now another fight that the Bunger Brigade has to just reset.
Yeah, I'm really worried about how the Tigers are going to be able to stabilize this dive from the Bunger Brigade. You know, we're coming up with Yak's ult, Foos has his ult, Muffin Lumps is closing theirs. The only side is this Immo, and their BAP is probably going to release it. And as we're seeing, just a massive amount of pressure on their Baptiste and gets it before they even Immor.
And Yak's in there for 2 as well. And with the help from Melon, they've absolutely dismantled the Guangdong Magic Tigers' control onto the point. They just gotta clean up. And Red Cactus is gonna attempt to get whatever stall on the point he can, but eventually gonna manage to be able to close out. 69% is all Guangdong's gonna manage to get.
Yeah, hopefully the Tigers can just get a really nice regroup. I'm expecting a path through top right. Maybe not from them because it seems like they're posturing from main, but I feel like that's what they should do against our comp because we gotta play really slow, bait out ults and kite, and possibly get a pick from our Sojourn. But as you see, the engage comes through. Hopefully we get a kite coming through, double support ult, but the BAP still follows. Trading ultimates left, right, and center. Elko's blading the backline.
Yeah, Blade just coming down to the back line, but the cleanup's gonna be there for Guangdong Magic Tigers. It's just Yak 7 advancing towards the point. He's not even gonna be able to get a recontest before it flips back over in favor of Guangdong. And they held on to some crucial ultimates in that fight. They still have the Annihilation and the Overclock to use in this next one.
Yeah, it seemed like a little bit of overcommitment from the side of the Bunger Brigade to use all those ultimates and not like win out, especially since the Tigers double support ulted. Now it's just gonna be really try to kill who touches point first from Zinth. And this Red Cat's Assault is gonna go amazing on point when they go for this retest. Who's follows? Melon on the side, no slide. Should be followed up very shortly. Red Cat just pops Annihilation and starts stacking on point. And this is gonna go in favor of the Tigers.
Yeah, I think a bit of like no coordination there from the side of Belfast Bunger Brigade, and here they may be able to get the touches on the way back, but they don't really have all that much to show for it. Foos is gonna manage to get himself to the point, but not much else. Melon, they can't even take that contest, and Guangdong come up big on the first point of Sanctum. I think Sanctum.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. They gotta work on their branding.
I know, because the other one's Sanctum.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
And then I bet, oh no, it's Village. Yeah, no, Sanctum's the one that fits. I hate how it's just like 2 S maps in a row. Remember when they actually renamed this map, this one village, to High Rise? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I don't know if it's still in like that, but they did.
Not that caught up with the lore. We're actually gonna see a composition swap from
Bromir.
Yeah, Bromir. I think that's interesting here, but I think
I think that's the right choice, honestly.
Yeah, this is the map to do it.
We're pretty split and like not coordinated enough to defeat that ramp comp.
And especially when you have a ringer in, your ringers. But Melon,
of course,
got the first pick there early in the fight. Seven's gonna try to go a bit aggressive here. Low resources on both sides now, but low HP. Immortfield has to come out there from hard charge to try and stabilize.
As much space as possible here, and shortly everyone else on the side of the Tigers are going to be shortly following. Elko's just the Tigers are going to be able to come out and probably win this fight here after that pick onto Melon. Everyone is taking high, no form from the side of Yak, and this is going to be Tigers winning this one out for sure.
And yeah, I feel like that's a fight that the Tigers definitely shouldn't have won. At least the side of the Bunger Brigade is going to be able to get a little bit of percent on the point for their efforts. I don't know, is Nadir going to be able to get out? Looks like he will be punished actually on the way out.
Yeah, this is really bad for the side of the Bunger Brigade. At least Nadir has that beat closing, but his lack of presence and coming back from spawn is going to be really missed. You know, as we're coming along, time's dwindling, and the Tigers just have this major high ground advantage with like both DPS ults closing window. This should, yeah, like just the brawl comes in.
Yeah, they push the aggression on that blade, force out the immortality field, go straight towards point. But Zinz is the only one to be able to find somebody. Elko eventually with some follow-up onto the point. And now it's just the Kiriko and the Ram just stuck onto the point. Both are going to get cleaned up. Nadir this time able to escape with his life, but not much to show for it.
Yeah, it's really unlucky. I think they needed that ultra to come through in like path like kitchen or top left to really like be able to kite that that ultimate without even having to force point, right? Going into this fight, I'm expecting like a really nasty ultimate from Muffin Lumps shortly soon. But Red Cats is going to be doing a great job at stuffing these chokes and probably popping Annihilation. And all Tigers need to do, back up, live, and probably window follows here shortly.
Yeah, but the Blizzard from the flank, Foost came up absolutely massive with them. He was setting that one up for a while. That managed to catch Red Cactus, and now he's poking out Elko on towards the point. Now counter Annihilation comes out from 7. Yak doing his best to enable Melon, and they do manage to get that enable. Melon finds 3 in that fight and still has the Deadeye.
Yeah, that was a great job by them. I think for the Tigers, this should be a pretty hard retest going into the side of the Bunger Brigade with this like Kiriko and Melon being able to stand on far high ground, just high nooning. As you're seeing the Bunger Brigade coming through kitchen and trying to look for this brawl.
Big beat. Sonicron is going in there very, very aggressive. They managed to find Nadir, so it's a bit of an advantage for the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers as they drop down towards the point. Now both supports completely caught out, and it's just cleanup for the rest of the Guangdong Magic Tigers as they take this point with a lot of ease, but a few ults invested in that, and now looks like they're going to have a bit of a disadvantage in the next fight.
Yeah, it seemed like the enemy team like traded them too much, and they had to retest from kitchen, which is like really sad because they really need to stuff those chokes with that Kiriko. During this fight, you know, we're looking at Foost ultimate high noon into another Elko blade, which might be very hard. At least Melon's able to clear out high ground pretty easily, and Elko should follow here soon.
Oh, Melon with some big punishment, but Sonic's actually going to be good for 2 in that fight. And there's nothing that Foost can do. There's a flip onto the point, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think they know where Yak is for this recontest. Yes, Sonicronic caught a bit of that. And now it's just on Yak to touch down onto this point. But he's not going to have much. He needs to get out of this situation. Red Cash is going to be able to clean that one up. It looks like there's going to be no secondary or tertiary recontest for the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers. Nadir's back. So is Foost. They actually managed to freeze 3 on point, but
it's not going to be to any avail. At least we get a nice kill on the Sonic at the end there.
Hey, stat boosting. That's what matters. You didn't lose the map. I mean, at least get a kill.
Exactly. Saving that KD.
all
that
important.
KD ratio better.
Yep.
Yeah, I really even though that was like still rough for the side of the Bunger Brigade, I really think that look seemed a lot better. I think they just need to work on like stacking and like stop allowing for Elko to pop off like he is.
But when it comes to Brawl, I mean, I think there's just so much more experience on the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers, so I think it's really going to come down to what map choice the Bunger Brigade wants to go with.
Yeah, I'm assuming for sure like more of a dive centric map. The map pool comes to mind is probably like Blizzard World. What are some other maps in this week's? Because my mind's already focused on next week.
Um, if I remember correctly, it's Blizzard World,
Kings
Kings
Row.
Row. Yeah,
I'm looking it up.
is it
I got
Numbani?
us.
I don't think it is. No, it's not Numbani this week. Paricio's one. And Hollywood. Wait, Hollywood? Paricio and Hollywood?
Pretty sure one. Yeah, I think
Paricio
Hollywood's
for
the other one.
sure.
It is Blizzard World, Hollywood, Kings Row, and Paracio.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm expecting like a Blizzard, Holly, or Paracio look. Mostly Holly. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's going to be up to the Bunger Brigade's comfort picks, right?
Yep. For sure.
Yeah, for sure they're going to be picking a map where they can feel confident in picking this Doom type variation, I feel like.
And they want to have Foost on the Tracer. They want to have Melon on like a Sombra or some complementary dive hero, but they just aren't able to find the success on that now just because it's such a good brawl look on the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers.
Yeah, I think if they're still on like the dive look, they need to be a lot more coordinated with their attempts. Hopefully they're going to be playing Sombra that can help solidify that for them, like just like the follow up and really having that game plan. Hey, this is what we're diving. We need to dive with my Sombra and Tracer, right? And hopefully, that will get them in a better position to win forward, right? Because Elko is doing nasty. Harchar is, I think that's the Gur Ringer, right?
No, Hardchar is not a Gur Ringer. They actually had no Gur Ringers on
First
this.
map.
Actually, do they have any Gur Ringers? I don't know. I don't think they have Gur Ringers right now. Do they?
Wait,
Let me
that is
check.
insane.
Let me do some research here. There's Fruitals is in the disc. I think they like need to play Fruitals to like get another composition, I think. Like they might have like a secondary composition where they want to have Fruitals in as a ringer. I'm not sure. We do see Paricio come out, and I like that idea. I think that's a solid pick.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be pretty well for the side of the Bunger Brigade. Hopefully they can play a little bit more front to back with their dives, because I feel like getting onto the back line of Harchar is gonna be pretty difficult on a map like Paracia, though.
For sure. And like, I don't know, there are some good dive targets here. Yeah, we do see the ringer in Fruitals come in. This allows Elko to go over onto the tank, and I think just like have Sonic Chronic in general.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, it's for sure.
Yeah.
They're gonna mirror the dive. They're gonna mirror the Doom dive here for sure. So yeah, it was composition reasons. Paris, Ratcatus is acknowledging that, Paracio, not his dive map,
Yeah. I believe Rect is tank only this season, but I've actually had a chance to talk to him in person, and he's been really enjoying that thus far. The tank. Wait. Oh, do I do this? I'm trying to fix the. Oh, there we go. Now we got the map. Dude, look at these map graphics. Stream.
It's
No,
happening.
you can't see it, Neptune, but Stream is blessed with these. Wait. Oh, I chose the wrong winner. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Don't worry about that. Stream.
It's happening.
There we go. Though. It's happening. Things look pretty. They may not be right, but they look pretty. There we go. Yeah, the Guangdong Magic Tigers do have a 1-0 lead. They're going to have Elko in. I think that's for the Winston dive. And looks like no swaps out from the Bunger Brigade. So probably trying the exact same thing, but on a different map. A map that's much more conducive towards this look.
Yeah, for sure. Really helping solidify that dive style now. And I'm really excited to see how the Tigers do against the Bunger Brigade in that like Doomfist mirror. At least that's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah, for sure. And Fruito's, I mean, very, very proficient DPS. I think that's a very good ringer to have in. Obviously, I don't believe he's playing this season, but he's somebody who's big, big calmer, good energy, and just overall PMA guy. So
Hmm. Yeah, I mean,
complimentary.
this is where the Gur ringers really come in. You know?
Yep. Well, both teams have the ringers, so
Yeah. Grr.
grr. Hate these ringers, guys.
Well, I guess I'm not sure if chat gets to be able to see this, but we are waiting for Jack to come. So for
Grr,
sure, I think
Jack.
there's going to be a mercy look coming in through the side of the Bunger Brigade.
Jack, according to his DMs with me, before the first map starts, he is locking in and he is going to be listening to Faster and Harder by Barely Human the entire game.
Oh yeah.
Never heard of the song, but apparently it's explicit, so can't play it on stream, guys. My apologies. But surely that will get them the win, right? Surely.
Oh yeah, surely. I'm just wondering, has the side of the Tigers really ever looked to go like a mercy type comp?
I don't think so. Let me double check one of one of the books, the research books, but I don't think so. They're like when Rect Cactus is in, they prefer like a Ram composition. Then when Elko's in on the tank role, they I think are more Winston Doom. But Elko is also
Mhm.
very flexible in the tank, so he can go onto the Ram as well. Um, Let me pull up. They have gone Diva as well.
Yeah.
And
I think depending on how the Tigers do on their attack, we're gonna probably looking to like have a either Echo eventually go Diva, or they're just gonna match that like Echo Mercy that I'm expecting from the side of the Bunger Brigade.
for sure. Where is Jack? That's my question.
Walking home, locking in, all
Walking
that.
home, locking in.
As we're waiting, how's everyone's day in the chat going?
True. How is everybody's day? I can't see how everybody's day is. But let me know if their day's going good or bad.
Yeah, I'm tuning in, I'm locking in, I'm making sure that they're having a fantastic day.
Tuners tuning in. That's what matters. I'm just managing the stream. I'm just trying to make sure that I put the right winner of the map. It's tough out here.
Are you using that one sheet?
I'm
The
using that one sheet, yeah. It
Jack
is
is
the
here.
one sheet. The sheet of
Our
all
Lord and
time.
Savior, our Lord and Savior Jack is here.
Oh, and when Jack is here, that's when you get the Mercy gameplay.
It is time.
It is time. I want to see it. I want to see the Echo. I want to see the Tracer. I want to see the Mercy. I want to see the Doom, and I want to see the Kiriko from the Bunger Brigade. If I don't see that, I gotta predict them to lose. You know?
I think it's gotta be some sort of look like that, you know. And as we're waiting, just Sonic Chronic to move over Jack for Nuttier, and we'll get right into this.
I mean, they're in team with Ringer. I could just join and be like, "Yo, Jack,
Ready
join,"
up.
and then be like, "Yo, Sonic,
I mean,
ready
Jack
him
is
up."
here.
Does anyone have a sheet for SRs? I do. Are we
Oh,
allowed
they're
to
just like
do yeah, so Melon, Foost, Yak, Wiggle, and Jack?
seem like they figured it out.
No, they can't do it, I think. It's whoopsie. It is 20 SR over.
All right, someone needs to go through a comp game.
Yeah. Go throw a comp game. It's based on last season. True. True, Melon. They can do that composition with Nuttier in though, just not Jack on support. Jack's Mercy's too OP. I'm just gonna repost the Jack for Nuttier. Surely we'll be in game more than we'll be in surely we'll be in game more than we'll be in other stuff, right? Like sitting out a game. I don't know, make war. What? But why am I lead? I'm already got to press like 30 buttons. Uh, alrighty. It looks like, at long last, we may be finally going into game.
Let's go.
Maybe. Possibly.
Shortly.
Perhaps.
The Bunger Brigade is the prod is all we are waiting for is the side of the Magic Tigers.
But the Magic Tigers don't have Zinth. Grr.
What a messed up cast.
Real.
What a messed up day.
Yep.
I'm
And
getting doomer now.
You know the reason that this is happening?
Ringers.
Yup. Real. Alright. We're finally R.
Even though it was synth time that was in the bathroom, it's always
It's always the Ringers. Blame the Ringers, everybody. But good news, we are now traveling to Parisio, and we're initiating
home
match.
of the Brazilian Lucio player. Lucio.
Is it actually home of Lucio?
I'm pretty sure. At least lore-wise, he's like here. Yeah, no, for sure, because like he has like a room.
He's
On
a
third.
room on third. Can I go find the room on third? Hang on.
Yeah, go find it.
Okay. I don't know how to speed up my camera
Run,
though.
sprint.
Do you know the
Forward on the mouse wheel.
forward on the mouse wheel? Like
Yeah, hold shift and forward on the mouse wheel.
hold shift and forward on the mouse wheel. Oh, I'm zooming. We're cruising.
You keep like increasing it, yeah.
Okay, well, now which way? Which way? I'm on third. Oh, I see it. I see it. Wait, no, I don't see it.
But I mean, it's just like the third spawn room.
Oh, it is? Oh, I see.
Like go into there.
I'm
and
seeing a
like-
Lucio shaped thing right
Yeah.
here.
We go to right. and
Okay,
inside.
go to the right and inside. Okay.
You keep going to the spawn
Keep
room,
going,
and then, like
keep
there will
going.
be like on the left, there will be like his like
Oh,
studio.
that's sick. Look at that. Look at him go. Look at this guy.
And as we're seeing Yak on the Winston, the Echo Mercy's coming out. And on the side of the Tigers, we're seeing the Aurora without a Mercy Pocket. You know, I'm wondering if Zenth will slowly switch as soon as you see Boost and Jack.
But I mean, you can do a lot on yeah, I mean, you can do a lot. I mean, maybe not on the far, but on the Echo, just to, like, mirror Foost on the Echo. Foost and Jack very known for this Echo Mercy combination here. We'll have to deal with a lot of pressure on towards the point. Foost jumps down, forces out the recall, but Seven now jumping on towards the point, drops extremely low. Foost with a nice head tap there, but Sonicronic has a bit of punishment already. And now Foost looking to hunt down Zinth towards the point. Melon in some action of their own, but lots of pressure coming down onto them, so they have to back out. Needs to get some carefulness of the team, but doesn't receive it. Now has to fall back. It's just Muffin and Foost for the side of the Bunger Brigade. They don't manage to find anything. It looks like Zinth's Farah has pretty much gone uncontested.
Yeah, I love the swap from Yak, and he's looking to recontest, and this should be to no avail. Yeah, the cleanup's slowly happening, and this can be the side of the Tigers here. But I do like the switch from Yak, just because I feel like with their comp, it's really hard to support the Winston without a stable like Ana to heal through that. And back onto a new character, Zarya, and really going to be focusing on bubbling and absorbing all these dives coming from the Tigers. But Tigers are looking to take space and take aggression quick with their Nano and Doom ults event coming through here.
Yak's going up on towards the high ground. Made the swap over onto the Zarya. Maybe to attempt to get a bit more pressure down as a team, but gets absolutely destroyed. Elko there with a massive play. Finds two. It should be there to clean up Jack as well. Maybe. Actually, this is going to be a stagger onto Jack, though. That is not optimal for the side of the Bunger Brigade.
Yeah, the Bunger Brigade are really trying to, like, go fast and build and skip steps. You know, like bubbling and, like, really just trying to build energy. But Elko has an amazing punch onto Yak to punch him into a team. Burn bubbles, and then just land the amazing ultimate onto both Muffin and Yak. And hopefully this fight can result in a Bunger Brigade's win with their trade ult. But amazing double pulse bomb comes through, and this for sure is going to solidify the win for the Tigers.
I mean, if you invest like every single ult into the fight, surely you'll be able to get the win, right? They drop down 4 there, and they're going to manage to take this point. And honestly, I think that's worth it. Like, you get to 3rd, and then you're going to develop yourself a plus 5-minute time bank. That is definitely a very fruitful position to be in if you are the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers.
Oh yeah, no, it's for sure worth it. Just like having to go through that whole process again, if they lost that fight, is like horrendous. And now they just get to play slow, build that ult economy, and find these picks onto like people like Melon, right?
Yeah, and with Melon down, they lose the OC. It's just Muffin with his ultimate on the side of the Bunger Brigade, but there's not really much to look at here, not really much to go off of, so they need to find some heroics, some hero play to really disrupt this. 7 back onto the Doomfist, but Elko marking that perfectly throughout this game. And the team's just set up so well. A dive tries to come in. The duplication from Foost onto the Ana is not going to be able to find anything, though. Tries to get the punishment and eventually does trade out Zinth toward the back line. Gets a second, a third as well from Foost. He's not going to be able to escape with his life. Elko does manage to clean that one up.
Foost's Road just saved them 3rd without a doubt. Even though the Tigers would have had to retreat sooner than later, but just being able to just confirm those kills just slows their progress by a ton.
Buffalum's going in with the Kitsune Rush there. Misses the Suzu there on to the teams. They're going to be down a bit of resources already. They now did come out from Hardchar, but nothing really found from that thus far. 7's got to be kept up.
Ooh, and Yak slowly falls, and at least trades are coming through from the side of the Bunger Brigade. And the amazing Valk res to res Yak. Just amazing. Like, hopefully the Bunger Brigade is going to get really active here to try and clean up these kills.
Yeah, Jack's just telling the team to go in right now to push the aggression, and That's exactly what they're doing in this fight. You have Yak pressuring out the back line. Well, Fruce is in the air, providing that air support. Gets the duplication again. He's building these up so quick. This time onto Yak's Doomfist. And it's going to be pressuring onto the back line, but does get disrupted. Now Sonic in with the rally, leading his team into the fight, into the fray. Elko goes in. Meteor Strike, yet to find anything, but eventually does clean up Melon on towards that point. So now it's a disadvantage for the Bunger Brigade in this fight.
What a great job from the Tigers. Hopefully they should be able to clean this up with this nano and cap with at least like 1 minute and 30 seconds to spare.
Yeah, but that was some good safe play from the side of the Bunger Brigade. So they're going to have a 5-person recon test on this point, but need to drop down to point actually to do that, and players are forced out. Melon falls before they can generate their ultimate on the point. Yak's looking for whatever disruption they can get, but they're not close, almost close to building their ultimate, but gonna get slept, gonna get canceled out. And it's gonna be the Guangdong Magic Tigers with a 3-minute time bank, able to take that one.
Oh, I
Or
don't think it's 2 minutes.
2-minute time bank, my bad.
1:54.
All
good.
all good.
Yeah, no, that was a great job at steamrolling first and second, and even though they had a little bit of a bump on third, just being able to find those picks, trades, and just have the clean ult advantage at the end of just having rally for space and then nano to clean up.
Yeah, extraordinarily clean fights, and I mean, I don't think you even judged like the ultimate usage from the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers. They looked absolutely impeccable. Even when they did overuse the ults, it was to just get on to that point. So overall, extremely coordinated, I'd say. And I think that same coordination will have to stay on the defense. For the side of the Bunger Brigade, they are going to make the swap over onto the Widowmaker, possibly just for the early pick. Potentially going to be able to snipe Zinth out of the sky. Zinth has really been a horn in the side of the Bunger Brigade.
Yeah, and it's really hard because Foos is already like pretty much on the direct counter to that Aurora player. You know, so I think the Bunger Brigade has to do a better job at finding this picks onto Zinth before they go for the backline directly.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do a bit better at that on the attack. Fruce with some big damage out there early, but not sure if Yak's gonna be there to capitalize on it. A trade actually comes out though. Fruce gets taken out
from the side of the Zenith to cancel the res. You know, we're just on an equal playing field with more spam coming from the Tigers and just looking to nade, punish, and clean up the side of the Bunger Brigade here.
And Fruce is the one just cleaning everything up here. He's going straight into the sightlines of 3, but has no fear when they do that. Tons of damage comes out, and Elko, looking to get the punishment on it, does manage to find Melon. So Bunger Brigade back on the back foot, and now 7's over onto the Winston.
Yeah, I like that look a lot to help stabilize their team and just play really slow and really just help solidify these like reses and stabilize their team. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm really concerned that is Muffin able to keep 7 up with this Kiriko?
Yeah, that is the big question, but an answer for somebody like Zinth is going to be his ultimate. Looking for a chance to posture for it, but keeps on getting poked out by Fruce on the point. Elko doing a great job of dictating the space. It's actually going to be Zinth who comes up with the pick early. And Elko has so much control of this red room, they can't do anything.
Yeah, the Tigers are just doing an amazing job at just like showing why they're a top team. Just playing their lives and just like really just like going back to sports LOS and just living here. And Foos eventually has to just do just to live here, and hopefully they get to live and go in off of that, but it should be to no avail.
Yeah, they did find a bit of damage from that, but no eliminations to find the value there. Meteor Strike does come in from Elko, looking for a target. It's actually going to be Melon on the back line, but doesn't manage to find it just yet. economy about equal from both sides. The natural dive does manage to come in with the help of the DPS from the side of the Bunger Brigade. The backline completely explodes onto the point. Just Elko and Fruitles left for this contest, and they're not going to stick around to see it to fruition. They're going to just get taken out, poked out of the lobby.
Yeah, I would have loved to see like a nano backline play just to help them survive, or shoot a little bit earlier and just nano frontline and just have them trade out, you know. But the side of the Bunger Brigade just really are quick to capitalize off of the Tigers' mistakes and on mispositioning.
Yep, and Elko's definitely not afraid to pressure the aggression and go in here, but it's actually Seven who gets the punishment on the back line, has to back up and face Yak onto the top of the point, gets the nano, the help, manages to catch out Jack, and with the help of Charcar, they're gonna, or Hard Try, they're gonna find that pick onto the point. Elko still chasing, hunting onto the back line, but doesn't find Melon, so has to drop back here.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really hard for the side of the Bunger Brigade to get through these chokes. They're gonna have to invest like a decent amount of ults, like this Leap and Primal, and probably Kitsune just to break through here. And Elko's doing an amazing job stuffing this backline, and they're just causing so much havoc without even forcing ults out of them or the enemy team. But it's the side of the Bunger Brigade to pop ults first, and as you're seeing, Yak gets slept. Backline's contesting backline, or frontline's contesting the backline hard, and this is just really amazing from the side of the Tigers to make it this sloppy for the attackers to even push at all.
Yeah, and they basically lost the fight, but they traded 2 ults for 0. So Guangdong Magic Tigers in a very good spot to try and hold out on the second. And even if they don't hold out on the second, they have the third as well. Elko now coming in. Meteor Strike of his own, uses it to reposition up towards onto the high ground. Still looking to hunt down Jack on the point, but doesn't find the inherent value. Now Seven going onto the high ground, gets the Susan from Muffin Lumps to keep him up, keep him healthy. Looking to contest his back line, but he's gonna eat the barrage from Zinth there. And it's just cleanup now for Guangdong Magic Tigers. 2 quick ultimates. They have 3 in the bank, and they're looking so good.
Yeah, no, I think for the side of the Bunger Brigade, they need to be able to just rip out these ultimates. I feel like they're using them to like no avail, or they're just holding on them for way too long. I feel like there must have been a time and place for Muffin Lumps to use that Kitsune rush on the high ground to hopefully kite or just kill the rest of the Tigers. But as we talked about before, the Bunger Brigade has to go through this tiresome rotation and try to force kills when it's going to be nearly impossible, as we see with Yak falling to diving backline here. And this is going to be another clean Tigers win.
Yeah, and now the time drops under 60 seconds. The respawn's still coming in. Sure, they have a lot of ults, but if you're the Bunger Brigade, you need to find a place to use them. You need to find a time to use them. And Fruitles with a quick engagement on the back line forces out the Valk from Jack. Jack looking to lead his team in with this. And Foosh does manage to find one out here. Jack pulling up the Glock, looking to hunt down Hard Try. That's the pick that their team needs. And he is going to manage to find it in the back line. He restabilizes with his team. Now 5-3 advantage on towards the point. They've done a good job of holding on to ultimates this fight. It's just, can they get some proactive use on it in the next fight? Seven doing a great job of stuffing onto this choke. Frutos tries to throw the pulse bomb, but doesn't connect onto the point. And it looks like Bunger Brigade get a sigh of relief as they're going to get a chance at this third point.
Yeah, great job from the Bunger Brigade to cap, and even though that was a great cap on them, Tigers are more than happy to be straining them along this long. You know, their goal is to just get this last point in OT at the very least, and ensuring them there's no way that they lose this map, right? So, but as we're seeing, we're just going to play for the space, dives, and building this nano, and our chart is going to be, oh, they're trading backlines, but Zen's forcing this copy out from the side of the Bunger Brigade, but all while this is happening, backline is getting destroyed and card progress is 0. It is an amazing uppercut punch onto Jack that splits Foos from their mercy.
Yeah, now Foos basically just gets no value from that duplication. Multiple, or at least an ultimate used, but again, it's just, they didn't really gain much from it, so now have to look for this recontest. Muffin Lumps needs to pressure the aggression with this Kitsune rush to aggro into the team, but hasn't been used yet. It's actually going to be 7. He gets anted onto the point, but has the Primal Rage to try and keep his team alive and healthy. But so many ults have been built. Sonicron is going to be the first one to pop with this rally, swinging away from the rest of the team. Muffin Lumps finally on the Kitsune rush here. Sonic dropping insanely low out to the back line, but Guangdong Magic Tigers, they have the ult combination, they have the nano, they have Elko, but no they don't. Boost manages to take that one out. Sonic Chronic maybe going a bit aggressive. Fruitos with a 2k pulse bomb though. That's gonna find a lot. And Zinth is there for a bit of cleanup. Do they even have a touch? I don't think so. Bunger Brigade fall on the 3rd point, and Guangdong Magic Tigers take their 2nd map.
Yeah, even though Elko dies with their ultimate, just an amazing pulse from Fruitals to bail them out and just ensure that the Tigers just win this second map choice here. And as we watch this amazing 3K from the side of Foost, 1, 2.
I don't even know how you got the 3rd. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I missed it too. Actually, what the?
Yeah. Yeah, but Guangdong Magic Tigers basically looked unstoppable both on Paricio and on the first map of Nepal. So now it's just a question of what can the side of the Bunger Brigade even do in this situation.
Yeah, no, it's looking grim. I do think even though we talked about the Tigers being a little bit more experienced on the Brawl look, I think that might be the best bet for the side of the Bunger Brigade. You know, I feel like their Brawl wasn't looking too outclassed. I think just they're splitting, trading a little bit too much, and I'm not sure what we can do to help the Bunger Brigade switch that up if they decide to take this map to a Brawl map.
Yeah, and it felt like they wanted to go Brawl. I think that's why they asked about the potential Melon tank comp. They can technically run that if Nuttier's in on this 3rd map, but having to go to either a push or a flashpoint map here, I mean, you gotta think that the Guangdong Magic Tigers can just run their Brawl, do the exact same thing they did on the first point, and the first map, and just like continue their momentum.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting that too. Just like we're just waiting on the map choice, and then it just determines if Elko's gonna stay or Red Cat's coming in. They're gonna give us that disgusting Brawl look that they have.
Yeah, looks like the map choice will be Esperanza. So they do want to go to the push side of things. I know. What do you think? If you're the Guangdong Magic Tigers in this situation, what do you think is the optimal move? Keep this composition or put in the wrecked cactus?
I mean, right now, like both teams just have like extreme confidence going in, like either on the Brawl or the dive look, right? It's really just, do we want to like force like a Brawl look into Jack's Mercy, or do we really want to just like play our game and mirror the dive, or just be really confident on our Brawl? Which honestly, going through these past 2 maps, like on the side of the Tigers, like I'm really confident either or.
Yeah, I mean, both have looked exceptional. That is why, I mean, statistically, they're the #1 team in the league right now for good reason. They have so many options. They have so many opportunities. And it feels like even though the map choice is in, I'm not sure if the Nuttiers actually decided, and yeah, they're actually going to decide to put Melon over onto the tank. This is what they were trying to do on the previous map, but Jack's SR didn't really mesh as well with that. But now that Nuttier's coming in, they can put Melon onto the tank and go for the Yak Foos DPS, and I do like this. And this is, I think, telling of the Brawl style that the Bunger Brigade wants to replicate here.
You think it's? I'm not too familiar with hero pools, but at least to
Uh,
me, when I see that, I see Jack Gordon on the Sombra, and they're gonna really try to play for that
oh,
harder
Jack's on
dive.
DPS. Oh, Jack's on DPS. I didn't even realize that. I thought it was Foost on DPS. But let me. Yeah, I'm not sure what the look is here. I mean, yeah, it's a good comp. It's a perfectly legal comp as well, right at 3,650. So we'll see now. Reading into that, yeah, I'm not sure about the tank pool for Melon, I guess. I remember when I was looking at him or them as like a draft pick, they were a very versatile tank, or at least they indicated they could play a lot of tanks. So I'm not sure if they're gonna stick to this dive. I feel like they could run a amazing like Genji Sombra with like the hyper aggressive like Winston or Diva, or like go to like more of a brawl look. But it feels like they have a lot of options with this at least.
Yeah, I mean, at least from what I'm expecting Sombra Tracer kind of dive with Melon's choice of look, and I think that's gonna be really hard, or not hard, but hard for the Tigers if they keep Elko on this Doomfist. That's actually where I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really scary for the side of the Tigers, just because I've admired like Jack Sombra and the last series that we casted, like Jack was our MVP due to that Sombra just being stellar from them. And as we see, the switches are coming through so that the side of the Tigers can have more of that brawl look if they so choose.
Yeah, Rex Cactus over on to the tank, and then getting the Elk Zinth DPS line. It's a very powerful combination if you want to run the Ram comp, and I think diving into the Ram comp is definitely a lot more difficult than diving into a Doom on a Brig. So I think this substitution will put in a lot more versatility and definitely a bit more speed to the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers.
Yeah, no, I think just because of that switch alone, that really just probably nails in this series, unless Jack and the side of the Bunger Brigade play really slow, don't get picked, and play for that nasty ult cycle that they know they can achieve with their composition.
Yeah, I think we need to see definitely a lot of improvements on the alt use. It felt like they were holding on to alts, or at least the Bunger Brigade was holding on to alts for a bit too long in a lot of situations. They should have been pressing the W key faster, and if they had pressed the W key faster, stuff would have worked out a lot better. But we see it now. The side of the Bunger Brigade, they are opting to go for this Winston Tracer Sombra, as you predicted, with a Moira backline as well.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting to see this because even though these two comps are very similar, there's actually key differences in that Moira's hero and just like this more Sombra. Like, it's weird to say this, but like the Bunger Brigade has to play like a lot more brawl around their Moira and look to kind of capitalize off of Jack's hack with Speedy and all, or possibly look to ISO Muffin Lumps right, or Hard Char right to that.
Yeah, trades in on the back line. Sonic gets hacked and dropped dangerously low, but not enough follow-up for the side of the Bunger Brigade to actually find that pick, though. And on the side of the Bunger Brigade, they already lost Jack onto the point. They have to back up in this situation. Muffin Lumps falls as well, so now it's just cleanup. Melon does manage to get a single trade in there, and Yak looking to leave his mark, but Elko's going to find that one. A quick loop cleanup for the side of the Magic Tigers, and early progression onto the bot.
Yeah, and as I was saying, like the Bunger Brigade, like I think they really failed to recognize that they need to play like a lot more brawly. As that we saw in that first fight, they got really split. Just Muffin and Melon running to point, everyone trying to work on that high ground. But this is like all of them like a bit stacked, burning Red Cactus, and just stacking and focusing on pushing through. And as you see, this more style of brawl is going to really help the Bunger Brigade win these fights.
Boss Bomb comes out from Zinth, doesn't catch anything in the fight. And now it's just Zinth and Elko just trapped on the back line while Melon just carries the cart across. Jack's looking to catch these two. It looks like it's gonna attempt to be a spawn hold. Nadir fades a bit too early though, but they don't realize that Jack's here for the assist as well. Jack's gonna trade out onto one, but don't forget, Zinth is still here. Zinth recalls out. It's a fight off the point. Is Jack gonna be able to win it? Tries to go for the punch, but no, Zinth trades that one out and he takes that one home.
And as you're seeing the main fight, just Melon pops his ultimate, getting a nice, amazing pulse bomb onto Winston just to kill Harchar.
Yep, and Melon's hunting with this primal. Is gonna be able to at least force Sonicronic completely out of this fight. Red Cat's in the back line doing some work of his own. And Melon, they're gonna be dropped out of this fight. And on a sliver of HP, it looks like the Guangdong Magic Tigers do manage to hold on here.
Yeah, I think from the Tigers, at least they're making these fights really messy. But I would love to see like a lot more consistency in just grouping up and looking for these dives, just so they don't have to expend as much resources as they did. And Jack has this EMP pressuring the high ground and just gets 2 taps by Harchar.
Harchar going down early is going to spell disaster for the side of the Bunger Brigade. We'll see if they even decide to invest into this fight or they just end up giving it up. Red Cactus, though, is going to press with his ultimate. Nadir's going to try to win it. He's going to invest the Coalescence into this fight, but I don't know if they're going to be able to find anything off the back of that. Red Cactus has them bobbled, weaved in corners of the map that so disadvantageous, but Jack's going to try to invest in. Drops the EMP, not going to be able to find anything. Sonicron is going to invest back in with the beat, though. Doing their best to keep the team in the fight. And Elko, again, with his ultimate, does get caught out by Nadir, though. Side of the Bunger Brigade is making this a winnable fight. They do have the spawn advantage in this fight. And they're going to clean up Zinth onto the point. So, a bit of aggression there. Bunger Brigade do manage to take it.
Yeah, great job at just being able to just absorb their like dives, especially that Elko blade. And I'm expecting a Bunger Brigade win from here with like these double ults, but and with this amazing dive onto Elko.
That was such a good catch by Jack there. But the rest of the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers are going to force them out. They need to take this fight sort of without their main DPS and Zinth, and I think Melon realizes that. Melon's going to go in, just straight into this room, dueling it out, creating so much space for the rest of their teammates, and they do manage to get the advantage and the forward response from that fight.
Yeah, getting that lead and the forward response is going to be a huge mental boost, but despite that, it's going to be still a Tigers win from here on out, just because of seemed like a little bit of overstepping from the side of the Bunger Brigade into their spawn while Melon was getting out.
Yeah, Melon, 7, both taken out towards that fight, and the ult advantage slowly building for the Guangdong Magic Tigers. Have 3 that they can invest into this fight. Looking for Zinth to go early with this pulse bomb here. Attempt to catch one of the members of the Bunger Brigade, but haven't found anything just yet as fight breaks out on towards the point. Zinth looking to go in with his ultimate there, but gets hacked out. Jack and Elko traded out, so DPS down on both sides. Nadir's actually going to go first, though, with this Coalescence down towards the point. And with the help of his team, they're going to manage to close it out. Red Cactus does invest the Primal Rage into this, but it's not going to gain anything. So he might just need to use it to get out of this fight.
Yeah, no, that was just using that Primal to get out, escape was really bad. And I'm expecting the Bunger Brigade to keep up this tempo with these EMPs, these Primals that they're going to close. And they're really just going to spend their time holding Sonicronic hostage with their beat. And Sonicronic just dies upstairs with Red Cactus.
And Melon's just allowed to go in with their ultimate on towards the point. Assist onto Yak with the elimination onto Elko. Red Cactus still fighting onto the point, but at this point in time, it looks like a one fight for the side. But Sonicronic has something to say about that. He's back. He could drop the beat into this fight, but instead helping the rest of the Guangdong Magic Tigers out of the fight. They don't want to take a fight that they're just going to snowball and lose. So they're going to back up a bit. Look for a recontest. And here it comes. Going into this fight. No, Jack's holding onto the EMP. Looking for the right time to use it. Looking for a certain person or a group to catch in this. And he's going to invest it right here. It's a 5-man EMP from Jack. Absolutely fat. We managed to get traded out. I think that might have been too little too late there. As Guangdong Magic Tigers take the rest of the Bunger Brigade out of this fight.
Yeah, that's an amazing fight to win on the side of the Tigers, and I think that gives them an amazing chance to actually push this and put the game into their favor, as long as they don't mess up their ulti go. The only side that we could really play for is Sevens, EX ult, Muffin, and then eventually Nuttiers will be online here soon. And just Alco finds an amazing pick through Invis too.
Yeah, that's gonna be Jack taken out. Little spy check onto that. Alco's going in for more. Catches Nuttier as well. So another support line for the Bunger Brigade. Completely dismantled to the point. Melon and Seven just staying around for the contest, but it's not gonna be much. And 2 ultimates to win the fight. And they still have the fight advantage. It's looking very good for the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers.
Yeah, if I'm the side of the Tigers, I'm just looking to go as soon as possible with this Kitsune. And as you see, Jack is setting up to go onto this back line with the side of Melon, who's going to have their primal here very shortly. Kitsune gets popped, and hopefully they can just stack and burn these aggressors.
Yeah, an early Kitsune out. Should give an advantage, but Lucio's traded out on towards both sides. Melon putting up some heroics onto the point. They're doing a great job, and with the help of Jack, they're just cleaning up this point completely. It's just Red Cactus, and he's going to get taken out as well. So a team kill, but a lot of ultimates on the side of the Bunger Brigade. They won that fight. They're going to have the Coalescence, but not much else to throw into this next fight.
Yeah, Red Cactus and their whole team has to look very aggressive to go on here and force this goal. And as you see, it gets forced anyways, and hopefully... But yeah, they're slowly to fall from the aggression from the Bunger Brigade. At least Synth is getting a little bit of card steal on part of their team.
Yeah, but he's going to recall. Not going to be able to escape with his life onto the point. Luckily, actually, wait, Red Cactus also might get staggered out here. Jack finds the hack onto him, but it looks like the rest of the Guangdong Magic Tigers are going to be there to pick up the fight, pick up the space, and actually trade Jack out. That's a massive pick. Red Cactus definitely going to want to go in this fight quick, invest the Primal Rage. Elko has developed his blade, but doesn't want to use it in this fight. They don't want to gain too much of an ult disadvantage. Red Cactus does drop dangerously low in this fight, though. Managing to stay alive here. Does manage to catch Muffin Lumps as well. Onto the point. So now it's just clean up. Melon taking out Sonic Chronic will do a bit of damage. The Guangdong Magic Tigers still have 1, if not 2 fights to go into this. And with so many ults coming up for the Bunger Brigade, what can they do here?
Yeah, both sides just has to go first. And Hard Charge just scouts Jack out, and hopefully if they get a pick on Jack, this will just be over.
Elko with the blade, trying to be the hero, but only finds
the beat
Melon.
Still gets off.
The beat getting off there is massive, and they're going to take out 3. That's going to be Jack, 7. Muffin is taken out. Melon again finding Sonic Chronic in the back line, but it's not going to be enough, and it's just going to be a contest. I think Melon's been spotted here. Yes, they have, and they're going to be forced to jump on that cart early. They use the jump to go in, and Elko's going to catch that one out. So that's the Bunger Brigade fighting for their life, not just in this game, but in this series, beating back into the fight, doing their best to stay in. A Pulse Bomb comes out, but it doesn't find anything, and it's just going to cost Yak his life. Dancing, weaving around point, doing anything they can. But at the end of it, it looks like the Bunger Brigade is falling down on this point. And they will be eventually taken out. A 3-0 victory for the Guangdong Magic Tigers. And they managed to stay undefeated. On all maps they have bringers in. Grr, riggers.
Yeah, no, that was an amazing play by the side of this fight, winning this out, even though the investment from Jack comes through. is so important to the Tigers as to why they won this map.
For sure. And the GGs are going to come out. The Guangdong Magic Tigers are going to pick up the 3-0 victory. And Neptune, we got to decide on a match MVP.
I don't know. It seems like really, really amazing from the side of the Tigers. Most notably, I was really impressed with Zen throughout the whole match.
Yeah, I was also very impressed with Zinth on the Tracer on the previous map, but also on the Pharah. Like, you'd expect that, like, everything's going against you when the other team is starting out on Echo and Mercy and you're an unpocketed Pharah, but Zinth managing to come up massive on that roll, definitely not getting in over their head at any point in time, and managing to find crucial picks. So, I love the Zinth MVP pick here, and we'll see if we can get them in to this chat if possible. We don't have permission to drag anybody, so we might have to go to Pugs 2 and see if we can get Zinth to join them. Zinth to join us, I should say.
Yeah.
So hopping down to Pugs 2.
Pugs 2.
See if we can get the man, the myth, the legend, Zinth in here.
Can you mention them?
I said Zinth MVP. But, join.
I message in chat.
Hello.
Congrats, Zinth.
Zinth,
Thank you very
congratulations
much.
on your match MVP. And
this is our second time we gave it to Zinth, right?
I think this is, yeah.
We're biased.
As the game, I've only played like in 3 games and I went 3 for 3. So.
Oh, you got a match MVP every time?
Yeah.
Let's go. That's massive. So, Zinth, talk to me about this match. Obviously, this time you're going up against a fairly solid team in the Bunger Brigade, but you guys managed to squeak out a 3-0, winning every single match, and a amazing comeback there on Esperanza. What were the team comms like? What was the energy like from the Guangdong Magic Tigers?
We knew like coming in that this is one of our more tougher teams in our pool. We knew that with how they played, we were gonna have to get in their faces. We couldn't let them get the range, and as soon as, especially for Esperanza, they're kind of snowballing us for a point in it, but we kind of just had to focus in.
Yeah, you guys did an amazing job in making it really scrappy. You know, I think that that is really why that their summer version of that comp like really died down, because you guys were just able to make every fight scrappy and eventually win out like an EMP fight, which should just be impossible, especially with Jack getting all 5 on Esperanza there too.
Yeah, we always, every time we're like see that we're losing a fight, we're always like, okay, let's get our one, let's just make it annoying as possible. So that's literally what we done like in every single game, just make it as scrappy as possible.
I remember talking about that last time too.
Yeah. So talk to me about the Pharah pick on Paricio. Obviously, you're going in against Foost on the Echo and Jack on the Mercy. I think 2 of the most direct counters to Pharah when used in combination. How did you like keep playing Pharah into that direct of a counter and keep getting kills?
Well, not a lot of people know this, but I got to top 500 playing only Pharah basically. So I've dealt with a lot of counters, and luckily my team was able to support me enough, like giving me packs from Brig and Ana heals, so it made it viable. It was not too bad, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely looked extraordinarily good on Paricio, at least as a map.
Yeah, no, that was great. You know, I would have for sure gone that to that Echo too, or just play like some sort of different matchup. You know, if I ran into that.
My ego would not let me swap. It's okay.
Do you have any more questions, Marv? Because Personally, I don't.
I don't have any more questions, so we're gonna go into El Clasico. Neptune, do you want to ask it?
Yeah. So El Clasico is who was the MVP on your team if it wasn't for yourself? Who do you think it is?
I would have given it to Elko in my opinion. Honestly, I didn't think I played fairly well today, but Elko was picking up the slack where I was lacking.
Yeah, I know. Elko on the first map too was like amazing, just like providing so much space to help your team win out, and like not even dying too. Like I remember
Yeah.
he dashed up, deflected high noon, and then got to like mega and like still lived. So that was just a great job by him too. And I think he could
Yeah.
have gone either way.
For sure. Alrighty, well, thank you, Zinth. Congratulations on your win, as well as the Guangdong Magic Tigers win 3-0 over the Belfast Bunger Brigade, and we'll let you get back to your team now.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye-bye.
seasons. Congrats.
Alrighty, well, that's going to be all for me and Neptune on the broadcast. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be casting the next game, but
No.
check out score reporting for those results. And do you want to close this out?
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in for the Aurora Esports MN broadcast. And we'll be back next week with some more amazing games.
Bye-bye.